Okay, it's question and answer time, and Sue's got a question. Yes?
What is the importance of learning all these different techniques in comedy?
All the techniques, learning the techniques of comedy, particularly stand-up, because that's my field and stuff. The reason is that there's only one shortcut for anything that is difficult and complex. Anything, not just stand-up comedy, but anything that's difficult and complex. The only shortcut is technique. I mean, that's it. That's it. You go to people who have figured it out before you, and then they teach you all these fundamentals that that they've learned, and then hopefully help you work on them and do them. But that's really the only shortcut is the techniques that you can learn. So let me parse it this way. I kind of separate the whole thing that I'm teaching stand-up comedy into two different basic areas. One is the craft of comedy. Okay, the craft of comedy I can teach you. That's the craft. That's the techniques. That's joke writing. That's joke structure. That's act outs. That's all the other things that I can teach you. I can teach you all these techniques, hundreds of them, and the art of being funny. The art of being funny, I can't teach you. I don't teach talent. That's not what it is. The art of being funny can only be learned on stage. That's why you can never take away the stage time. And that, so the good thing though is once you know that, oh, the art of being funny, I've got to get up and I've got to practice a lot, okay, and fail a lot and succeed a lot. Well, the craft of comedy has all these techniques. So if you've done the craft of comedy while you're putting in your time on stage, now you're practicing good technique instead of practicing bad technique and getting really good at bad technique. And the other thing is that when you're performing, you're not having to discover and figure out what the fundamentals are, which is what I had to do. Okay, I'd perform and then I'd go, what am I doing? What's working? And then I'd go, okay, that's that. Now I can repeat it once I know it's a fundamental. Okay, and so the only shortcut is to learn all these things. Now there's a step between the two of these, which is called the difference between knowledge and skill. Knowledge, there you go, knowledge, okay, that's not good enough. Okay, you've got to have a transition so that you have the skills. It's kind of like knowledge is knowing what riding a unicycle is. You have that knowledge, okay. Can you ride one? No, that's the skill. And there's only one way to transition from knowing what riding it is. And there are techniques, 3 or 4 techniques in riding a unicycle. One, get up on top of it, try to find your center, lean a little bit forward, and then push this wheel, this pedal hard enough to get this pedal forward, and to get this pedal forward, if they go like this, it'll lock up and you'll fall automatically. Okay, so that you can keep your momentum going. And the other one is like a bicycle. When you start to fall, lean into it, twist into it. Okay, now you get up and fall down. Now, once you know those techniques and that information, now it's proper technique. You can practice riding a unicycle, and you're still going to get up and fall down and get up and fall down and get up and fall down and hurt yourself and ouch and get mad and throw it across the room and quit and all the other things that you do with that. But you go back to it and you get up and you use the techniques over and over and over and over and over again. Pretty soon, you're riding 10 feet and riding around the block. I know because I learned how to ride a unicycle at the age of 25, which is really late. For most of them in the circus learned at about 4 or 5 years old. So that's that transition. So first, why to do it, which is the shortcut. It's like, I don't know, 6 or 8 years of shortcut. And I also find that my students are more rounded in the skills that they know, because I'm coming up and opening up a whole, chest of tools and kind of going, hey, let me help you with these. And if you really want to work with one, I'll help you in transition till you have it as a skill. Then once you kind of know what it is, you go out and practice it a lot in front of an audience. Now that speeds up the whole process so that you can actually, you're putting in your 10,000 hours doing what will get you better and better at the skill at this beautiful art form called stand-up comedy.